Good luck to everybody in here. All right, here we go. We got our 3 hobby boxes, 6 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. And then we'll have 6 autos per box, 3 boxes in this break. Box. We are in the process of moving our shop, so the break nights are kind of messed up. We will be breaking again on Saturday. That'll be the first break from the new shop. We'll have our internet, everything switched over. All right. Good luck to everybody in here. Again, we should have around 18 autos per box. You guys are guessing the player on the last auto. You should have a base card on the back. Start off with Alex Clemmy, Griffin Buckholter, Luke Little, Jonah Tong, Roderick Arias. That one is going to be numbered out of 79, 42 out of 79 on the Roderick Arias for New York. There's Rhett Lowerter. The ping insert of Tommy White in our first auto. That is JD Dix going to Arizona. That is not numbered. This is a prospect product, so if you're guessing autos, make sure it's rookies or some prospects. You can check out the checklist to make sure you're guessing a player in the product. There's JD Gonzalez, Seaver King, Leo DeVries, Blake Walters, Wyatt Sanford on the refractor. Prepping for the pros, Kellen Lindsey, Vance Honeycutt, that is out of 49, and Jesus Baez on the auto for the Mets. Our base auto there for the Mets this time. Up next after this one is our Topps Finest Football. Christian Nabzik, Alonzo Treadwell. Let's get our 2 off the back here real quick. LP Langvin, Vaughn Luciano, Angel Martinez, Domination Blake Burke, George Lombardo out of 299. And then we have Tyson Lewis on the silver auto. It's not numbered. This is basically like a Contenders baseball, but with like the prospect, kind of like almost a Bowman Contenders, if that makes sense. Andy Morales. We got a Cam Smith and Nick Kurtz guesses so far. Noble Meyer, Mike Bobby, Kellen Lindsey, Kemp Alderman. Then we have Kellen DeBrage, Christian Moore, and that is out of 290 or out of 99, 22 out of 99. Jonah Tong on our next auto. It's just a base auto there. Brady Savage, Sid Finch, Matt Shaw, Person Waldrop, Blake Burke. That one is going to be numbered out of 199. Going to Milwaukee. And I cannot pronounce that name. Is Shinjinti. And Taro Sasaki out of 24. The ticket die cut. Joe Veterano out of 75. 54 out of 75. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he pitches both right and left-handed. Seattle Mariners, I believe, right? Yeah, Seattle. Cade Denton, Ryan Clifford, Caleb Bomer, Francisco Villaro, Nick McClain, Aiden Miller, and Chase Allsup out of 99. And our auto in this one is Ryan Waldschmidt. On the refractor, silver auto there. Next pack. Again, Topps Finest Football is coming up next. When we went live tonight, we had 2 spots left. You use a future break schedule to take you to that break. It's the fast break NBA. Mitch Jebb, Joe Vetrano, Jacob Wright. That is out of 99. 45 out of 99 going to LA. Kalen Culpepper, Tommy White, and the franchise futures Brock Porter. It's an on-card auto. It's a nice one there for Texas. That is out of 199. David Shields and Ethan Solis. Rodney Green Jr., Tyler Black, rookie, Travis Pazana, Eddie Renders, Yandel Ricardo. That is out of 79, 30 out of 79. Prepping for the pros, Carson Benji, Ryan Campos out of 299. Yvonne Luciano out of 149. We got Colton Ledbetter, Brian Holiday, Sean Sullivan, Cam Caminetti, Blake Larson. That is out of 199, going to Chicago. Rhett Lowerter for the Reds. Dylan Cruz for Washington. And our auto is Ryan Campos for St. Louis. And that is out of 49, 6 out of 49 on the scope auto right there. Still have time to get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. You do not have to be in the break to guess. So if you're watching live, throw out a guess. Looks like we may have redemption on the back here. Owen Cassie, Joseph Redfield, Drew Beam, Max Muncy, Luke Little, Ethan Anderson on the ping, Jackson Wiggins out of 99, and our redemption. We got a franchise future signatures again. This time it's card 10. That is Charlie Soto. That should be for the Twins. Charlie Soto, I believe, is a Twin. With that future or franchise future signatures, will be similar to this, one of those on card, but Charlie Soto here. Sean Keys, J.D. Dix, Jackson Wiggins, Christian Scott rookie, Tommy White. Prepping for the pros, that is Seaver King, Kumar Rocker out of 199. 127 out of 199 for Texas. Max Anderson is the auto for Detroit. Another base auto there. Adrian Santana for Tampa. Kendall George. Silas Aridouin. Cam Smith. Blake Burke. Trey Savage. LP Langvin. Out of 299. Our auto here, another franchise futures. That's Kyle DeBarge. That is for Minnesota. The blue one. Number to 49. 12 out of 49. Yeah, I thought Soto was a twin. I think Cam Smith might be one of the few guys in this product that's, he's on the Cubs in this product, but he's actually on Houston. I don't think most of these guys got traded since this. Aiden Miller, Griff O'Farrell, Chase Davis, Blake Dunn, Cole Messina. That is out of 10. 4 out of 10 on the Cole Messina. That was going to Colorado. Might sit for the Rockies. Sanjinsi. Again, Blake Burke. No, it's not numbered. And we have Brock Porter for Texas. Brock Porter on the base auto. We're down to our last 5 packs. Should have an auto in each of these packs. Good luck to everybody. Got their guesses in for the player on the last of the autos. Ivan Melendez. Dalton Rushing. Kadeem Diao. Jonathan Clase. Gabriel Hughes. Out of 99 for Colorado. 80 out of 99. Gabriel Hughes. The Ping. Kyle DeBarge. Joendry Vargas. Out of 99 for the Dodgers. 7 out of 99. And Henrik Hernandez. Henrik Hernandez. Out of 199 going to Atlanta. More packs left. We have Brock Porter, Brett Loader, Ryan Campos, Bryce McCage, Connor Griffin for Pittsburgh. That is out of 79 on the Pink Velocity. Aiden Miller, Brendan Taylor, Sean Keys for Toronto on the Scope Auto. That is out of 49. 27 out of 49 there. If you guys are waiting on the 24 Topps Finest Football Hobby Box break, that's coming up next. Topps Finest Football will come up right after this one. There's Jacob Gonzalez, Tommy White, Eric Benanti, Emilian Petrie, Brendan Sparat on the silver, James Tibbs, Jackson Baumeister out of 299, and we have Malcolm Moore for Texas out of 49. 24 out of 49 on that one. last 2 packs. Chris Cortez, Zach Earhart, Luke Holman, Johnny Farmello, Christian Moore, David Shields, and Paul Skeens out of 99. 9 out of 99. Paul Skeens on the Aces. And we have Max Anderson on the base auto for Detroit. All right, here's our final pack, which will have our final auto. Bryce Eldridge for San Francisco. Roderick Arias. Nick McLean. Brody Brecht. Kadeem Biao. Griff O'Farrell. And we got Petrie out of 199. Tampa, and our final auto of the break, Francisco Vilorio. Out of 125, 104 out of 125 going to New York. Let's do our recap. This stack we will top load before we ship. Here's all the autos. And that was out of 125. Max Anderson for Detroit on the base. Malcolm Moore out of 49 for Texas. Sean Keys out of 49 for Toronto. Rick Hernandez out of 199 for Atlanta. Rock Porter on the base. Franchise Futures Blue. This is Kyle DeBarge. That is out of 49 for Minnesota. Max Anderson on the base. There's Charlie Soto, the franchise signatures. One of the Twins. Ryan Campos out of 49 for St. Louis. Ivan Luciano out of 149 for Arizona. Brock Porter on the franchise futures. This one was out of 199. Ryan Waldschmidt. That was just a silver auto, non-numbered. Joey Veterano out of 75 for LA. Jonah Tong on the base. Tyson Lewis on the silver. Jesus Bias on the base. And Josh Dix on the base auto for Arizona. All right, that does it for our first break of the night. PYT 242. Our Topps Finest Football is coming up next. Let's get that title updated. We'll get started on that break in just a few moments here.